This is Total Television. I'm Brian Dolby and I'm talking with Terry Hart, the CEO of Telstra International, about doing business in Asia. Terry, what's so attractive about Asia to businesses and indeed to investors?
Well, I think over the past few years, businesses and investors have recognised that there's productivity and efficiency gains to be had in Asia, and we've seen this in industries like call centres or manufacturing. But I think of late what's become clear is that there's an economic boom in Asia that is perpetuating its own growth. So there's now a further opportunity for investors to take part in that growth. And one of the things that we've seen is that there's such diversity in Asia, with 35 countries, all with different cultural and economic backgrounds, that can really bring additional innovation and new ideas and faster adoption. So it makes it a really exciting market. And if you enter it properly and get the ingredients right, then there's some great opportunities for business there.
What are the considerations and, dare I ask, the risks for Asia?
Well, I think if you go into any new market, there are always risks, and you have to plan around those. I think in particular with Asia, as I said, it's such a varied continent with 35 different countries and cultural, political, geographical differences, that you really have to know the landscape that you're working in, and you have to plan very carefully around that. For instance, if we look back a few years, in 2003, there was a subsea cable cut in Taiwan that took out many businesses in the area, and you have to have contingency plans against that kind of natural disaster. And there's also political turbulence from time to time as well. So at Telstra, we've worked in Asia for over 30 years, and we've found that one of the keys to this is you must have good local strength on the ground, and we've spent a great deal of time developing our infrastructure there and our local management, so that we understand the challenges that businesses face when they're working within Asia, and we can help them in their decision-making processes.
And so what industries and sectors have done well in Asia in, say, the last 12 months?
Well, I think we've seen in particular financial services, the legal and professional sectors, and manufacturing and travel expanding into Asia. From our work in Europe, we've seen many legal companies look to use Hong Kong and Singapore as springboards to move into Asia Pac, and we've helped them establish their presence there. And our job is really to give them a structure that underpins their business growth, so that they can focus on their growth while we manage their infrastructure. And we've also seen, for instance, in travel, the likes of Jetstar, its network has expanded enormously, and we've been managing that process for them. And in manufacturing, we've seen companies such as Visi or Komatsu again expanding enormously into the region.
And what are some of the main opportunities that you see for telcos in 2011 and going onwards in the region?
Well, I think the main thing is that multinationals are seeing such a great opportunity that the telcos can really support them in meeting their business growth aspirations. So, for instance, at Telstra, our objective is to underpin our customers' services with secure, robust and reliable networks to enable them to expand and focus on their core business. We can also help them have great service levels across their entire infrastructure, so not just across their corporate network but across their physical infrastructure, which enables them to ensure that their applications are running as efficiently as possible.
And why do you see the Asia Communication Awards as being so significant?
Well, I think firstly the World Communication Awards is a very highly valued and high profile platform for our industry, and then I think in terms of Asia, it's about time that it was recognised for some of the innovation and great work that's going on there. So for instance, in countries such as Japan and Hong Kong, their take-up of smartphone traffic is leading the world, and then in South Korea, it's the most wired country on the globe, and it's also adopting HSPA plus from our group company CSL. So there's a lot of really great things going on there, not to mention the fact that China, of course, is seen as the highest potential country on the planet.
And so this must have been a major factor in you deciding to become the founding partner of the awards.
Absolutely, and I think importantly for Telstra, our ambition is to be the leading Asian provider of network-centric managed services. So we're 100% aligned to what this award stands for, and I think it's great that within the region we can really raise the profile of Asia on a global level because of all the great things that are coming out of Asia Pac. So I think in particular for Telstra, we've spent many years investing in our network, and we have one of the most advanced networks in the world, and we're in all the major hubs throughout Asia. And for us, we really see ourselves as a partner for business as it enters the Asian region, and we're very proud to be the founding partner of the ACA Awards.
Well, I'm sure it's going to be a great night. I look forward to seeing you there, and thanks for talking to us.
Thank you very much.